So the main idea of this talk was to let people know by sharing my journey that you can be whatever you want to be while in Australia. So there were a lot of things I wanted to talk about, but I was not sure if I even had like 10 minutes to talk about them. So to start my script, I started with brainstorming. That's like my favorite part, where I just write down anything that comes into my mind. No right, no wrong. Maybe it is out of the topic, but just write it down, jot it down. And then I figured out a few points I wanted to talk about from that. And then I started to write about it and link it to my journey as an international student. I needed to give people a reason to care about and make them curious somehow. Then I looked into the content and I had to make sure that the content was actually linking back to my main idea, be what you want to be. And the last part was trying to make a story such that people would find understanding and accept my story and it is relatable to them. To get my voice heard. They were like speakers who were like directors and founders of various organizations and people who have done a lot of things in life. I was just a student. Everything was a mess, I write down the content, I somehow link it back to my story as an international student, but there was no story in it. It was just points written down on the paper. But then I started to put everything based on the timeline I was here in Australia, and that seemed like the story I could tell. I was pretty confident on my presentation skills because I have been doing that for a long time now. So I had no problem with that. And a trick that I use, like whenever I'm staged to get out of the nervousness or, whatever it is, anxiety that you have, is consider everyone in the audience as your best friends. And because of that, somehow I feel comfortable with the audience and I'm comfortable to speak whatever I want. I started thinking of doing something unique, something so that people will remember me. Oh, this guy, he did that. So I put in my vlogs from my earlier days along with my story in the presentation slides. And the other factor that actually kicked in was I lost my bicycle. And because of which I got like a reason to prove my point and have a great entrance on the skateboard.
Please put your hands together for Vikesh.
Hello. Check.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone.
Life. What life meant to me, what I want to do with my life, and how their views and perspective is different from what I have. I know that whatever they are thinking for me is good, but I had to discuss and make them realize that the good that I am thinking is much more bigger than what they are thinking for me. That's when I learned my first lesson. Build your mindset. Define yourself, define who you want to be, define what you are, and don't let anyone tell you anything otherwise. See, there is something you can learn from every opportunity, and you miss 100% of the opportunity that you don't take. I feel so relieved and relaxed right now, but I had some technical issues, but I think I managed that or handled that well, so I'm kind of proud of myself, but yeah.